Hey, it's so good to see you again. Today, I want to tell you about another movie I really love. And I'm pretty sure you know this one too. It's Finding Nemo. It's funny, it's emotional, and there's a lot of adventure. So, if you've seen it before, you probably remember some of these characters. And if you haven't, don't worry. I'll tell you the story from the beginning. So, let's start. The story begins under the sea. There's a clownfish named Marlin. He lives with his wife, Coral, and they're waiting for their eggs to hatch. They are very excited. They're going to have a family. Marlin is especially happy. He wants to be a good father. But then, something terrible happens. A barracuda attacks. And after that, Marlin loses Coral and almost all of their eggs. Only one egg survives, and that little fish will become Nemo. So, Marlin raises Nemo by himself. And because of everything that happened, Marlin becomes very protective. Maybe a little too protective. He worries about Nemo all the time. He doesn't want him to go too far. He doesn't want him to take risks. He just wants to keep him safe. And honestly, I understand Marlin. After losing so much, he doesn't want to lose Nemo too. But Nemo is growing up, and like most kids, he wants to explore. He wants to see the ocean. He wants to have adventures. He wants to be independent. And one day, he gets the chance. Nemo goes to school, and Marlin comes with him. But Marlin is worried. He asks the teacher a lot of questions. A lot. Nemo is a little embarrassed. He just wants his father to trust him. During the school trip, Nemo and the other fish go near a boat. Marlin becomes very nervous. He tells Nemo to come back. But Nemo doesn't listen. He swims closer to the boat. And then a diver appears. And suddenly, Nemo is gone. The diver takes him. Marlin watches and can't do anything. He tries to follow the boat, but it's too fast. Nemo is gone. Marlin is devastated, but he refuses to give up. He starts swimming after the boat. He doesn't know where it went. He doesn't know where Nemo is. But he knows one thing. He has to find his son. And that's when he meets Dory. Dory is a blue tang, and she's very friendly. She's also a little forgetful. Actually, very forgetful. She tells Marlin that she saw the boat. She wants to help him. So they start their journey together. The problem is, Dory doesn't remember where they are going. Poor Marlin. He has a long journey ahead, and his new friend can't remember what they were talking about 5 minutes ago. But Dory doesn't give up. She keeps helping Marlin, and slowly they become friends. At first, Marlin doesn't really trust her. He thinks she's making everything more difficult. But Dory keeps showing that she's brave, and she keeps moving forward, even when she's afraid. Meanwhile, Nemo is somewhere far away from home. He has been taken to a fish tank inside a dentist's office. And there, he meets a group of fish. They are called the Tank Gang. They're not happy about living in the tank. They want freedom, and they know that Nemo is scared. So they try to help him. Nemo meets a fish named Gil. Gil is strong, he's confident, and he has a plan. He wants to escape from the tank. Nemo wants to go home, so he decides to help them. But the plan is dangerous. Nemo is small, and he doesn't know if he can do it. Still, he wants to prove that he's capable. Back in the ocean, Marlin and Dory continue searching. They meet a group of sharks, and for a moment, Marlin is terrified. Because, well, they're sharks. I don't think anyone wants to meet a group of sharks while swimming in the ocean. But these sharks say they don't want to eat fish anymore. They're trying to become better. And they have a meeting. A very strange meeting. The sharks repeat their rules. They want to stop eating fish. Everything seems to be going well, until Dory gets a little hurt. She starts bleeding, and the sharks smell the blood. Uh-oh, that is not good. Suddenly, the sharks forget about their meeting, and Marlin and Dory have to escape. So much for the peaceful shark meeting. Marlin and Dory keep traveling. They cross the ocean. They face danger. They get lost. And they meet more sea creatures. At one point, they encounter a group of jellyfish. And these jellyfish are beautiful, but dangerous. Marlin and Dory try to get through them, and they get hurt. But they keep going, because Marlin still has one goal: find Nemo. Eventually, Marlin and Dory meet a huge whale. And this is another strange moment. Marlin is confused. He doesn't know what the whale wants. Dory isn't worried. She thinks maybe they can talk to the whale. Marlin is probably thinking, Dory, this is a whale. But Dory doesn't give up, and somehow the whale helps them. Meanwhile, Nemo is trying to escape the fish tank. The tank gang has a plan. They want to make the dentist's tank dirty. Then the dentist will have to take the fish out, and maybe they can escape. Nemo wants to help, but things don't go perfectly. They have to try again and again. Nemo learns that being brave doesn't mean you aren't afraid. It means you keep trying, even when you're scared. And that's something Marlin also needs to learn. Because Marlin's biggest problem isn't the ocean. It's his fear. He's so afraid of losing Nemo that he doesn't want to let Nemo live his own life. Eventually, Marlin learns some terrible news. He thinks Nemo is dead, and he completely loses hope. He doesn't know what to do anymore. After everything he has done, he thinks he failed. Dory stays with him. She tells him that he can't give up. She reminds him that Nemo is important. And Marlin realizes that he needs to keep going. Nemo is actually alive, and he finally escapes from the dentist's office. He returns to the ocean, and he starts looking for his father. At the same time, Marlin and Dory are still searching, and somehow their paths finally come together. Marlin finally sees Nemo, and for a moment, he can't believe it. His son is alive. Nemo swims toward him, and they're together again. But the story isn't finished yet, because there is still one more problem. Dory is in danger, and now Nemo wants to help her. A fishing net catches Dory and a group of fish. Everyone is trying to escape, but they're trapped. Nemo remembers something important. His father taught him to never give up. So Nemo creates a plan. He tells the fish to swim together. Everyone pulls in the same direction. And finally, the net breaks. They're free. Marlin watches Nemo and realizes something. His son isn't the little fish he used to protect all the time. Nemo has grown. He's brave, he's intelligent, and he can help others. Marlin finally understands that protecting someone doesn't mean stopping them from living. Sometimes you have to trust them. After everything, Marlin and Nemo return home, and their relationship is different now. Marlin is still a caring father, but he's less afraid, and Nemo has more freedom. Dory is also part of their lives now. So, Marlin doesn't have to be alone anymore. And I think that's what makes Finding Nemo such a beautiful story. At first, it's about a father trying to protect his son. But then, Marlin realizes that love isn't only about keeping someone safe. Sometimes, love also means letting someone grow and trusting them. I also really like Dory's character because she forgets things all the time, but she never gives up. Even when she doesn't remember where she's going, she keeps moving forward, and sometimes that's enough. You don't always need to know exactly where you're going. Sometimes you just have to keep swimming. Yes, that's my little lesson from the movie. Just keep swimming. So, that's Finding Nemo, a story about family, friendship, courage, and learning to let go of fear. And honestly, I think it's one of those movies that feels different when you're older. When you're a child, you mostly see the adventure. But when you're older, you understand Marlin a little more. You understand why he's so afraid. And you also understand why he needs to change. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little movie story. And now, I want to ask you something. Which character do you like the most? Nemo? Marlin? Dory? Or maybe one of the sharks? For me, I think Dory is impossible not to love. She's funny, she's kind, and she never gives up. Anyway, I'll see you in the next movie. Take care. Bye!